Hello students. So in our last class we have discussed about decision making statements in C. So we had discussed if statement, else if statement, then nested if statement, nested if else statement, then else if ladder. So the last problem that I gave you was for else if ladder. So this was the problem. Write a C program to display the grade obtained by a student by taking the average marks as input, and the grading scheme is given as under. So 90 to 100% it's O grade, outstanding. 80 to 90 it's excellent, that is E grade. 75 to 80 is V grade, and so on. So we need to write a program using else if ladder. So let us see how to do that. So here we have already written one program. So just let us have a look at this program. I have named it as else if ladder. The file itself I have named it that way. So we start as usual. We start with hash include stdio.h and then void main. Since marks is a real number, so we have to enter we have to write it as float marks, and then we will ask the user for the input, that is printf enter your aggregate marks, and using the scanf statement the average marks will be taken as the input. So first so here we begin our else if ladder. If marks is greater than 100, then printf invalid aggregate. So it may happen that some user may enter some marks like 101, 105 by mistake or intentionally. So our program should be able to determine or detect that error. So we start that way. If that doesn't happen, then what will happen? Marks may be greater than or equal to 90 and less than 100, less than or equal to 100. So in that case we have to print outstanding O grade. In case that doesn't happen, then if marks is greater than or equal to 80, then we need to print E grade. So that way the else if ladder will proceed. And for F grade we have written something special here. If marks is greater than or equal to 0, then printf sorry, better luck next time, F grade. And we need to enter include another portion to trap the error. Say if somebody enters something like -1, -2 negative numbers, in that case also we should be able to reply that your aggregate that you have entered is invalid. So for that I have written else. The last part of the else if ladder is just an else. If none of the above condition is satisfied, then it will just print invalid aggregate. And yeah, so let us see how it will work. So this is C else if ladder, yeah. So I enter something like 101. So it will give you the output as invalid aggregate. You enter something like say 88, it will give you E grade. Enter something like say 63, it's A grade. And say if we enter something less than 30, say 24, so it's sorry, better luck next time. Similarly, if we enter something like -8, so it will give you invalid aggregate. So that's how this program else if ladder will work. So yeah. So what happens if I replace this with strictly greater than? In that case, what will happen? Let us see. So let us compile this again and run this program. So if I enter 90 now, in that case it will say that you have obtained E grade. So but that is even though the program is running, but there is a logical error here, because as per our condition 90% to 100% should have been O grade. So the lower limit is included, upper limit is excluded from the second class intervals, right? So if somebody gets 90, it's not E grade, it is taken as O grade. If somebody gets 80, it is taken as E grade and not V grade. So 75% to 80%, this means that up to 75% up to less than 80%, that is given as B grade. So our program shouldn't be that way. Our program should be with greater than or equal to, right? So this is the correct one. So we have to compile it again and see. If we enter 90, then the grade is actually outstanding or O grade. So next we will proceed to go to statement, which is also a type of decision making statement in C, and switch statement. So in the next video that I'll upload, we will discuss about that.